What if I told you that you are the most valuable product in the global economy? Not your labor, not your money, but your attention. Every tap, scroll, like, and pause, every moment you spend online, is quietly being measured, priced, and traded like oil once was. This is the story of the attention economy, a system that began with advertising, evolved through psychology, and now powers multi-trillion-dollar empires. And the mystery we're about to solve is this. How did the world's smartest companies convince billions of people to give away their most precious resource, time, for free? Because in the 21st century, money doesn't follow work anymore. It follows attention. And the question is, who's really in control? You or the system that profits from you? From advertisements to algorithms. To understand how your attention became currency, we have to rewind to the 20th century, when advertising was born. In the early days, ads were simple: print posters, radio jingles, TV spots. You paid for a product, companies paid for airtime. Straightforward exchange. But then, marketers discovered something revolutionary. You could manufacture desire. Psychologists like Edward Bernays, nephew of Sigmund Freud, learned how to link products to emotions, identity, and social belonging. He turned needs into wants. Cigarettes became torches of freedom. Cars became symbols of power. Soap became purity. By the 1950s, corporations weren't selling products. They were selling feelings. This was the first phase of the attention economy, capturing the mind before capturing the wallet. But technology was about to take that idea and make it unstoppable. The internet's hidden business model. When the internet first appeared in the 1990s, it promised freedom and equality. Information would be free. Everyone would have a voice, and nobody would own the web. But there was a problem. How do you make money from something that's free? The answer came from a single dangerous idea. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. That phrase wasn't a slogan, it was a blueprint. Platforms like Google and Facebook realized that instead of charging users, they could make money by selling attention to advertisers. The more time people spent online, the more ads could be shown, and the more data could be collected. And with data came precision, the ability to predict, influence, and eventually control what users did next. The internet wasn't built for communication anymore, it was rebuilt for monetization of behavior. How platforms turned psychology into profit. The next stage of the attention economy came in the early 2000s, when social media and smartphones collided. Suddenly, human psychology was no longer an abstract field. It was a user interface. Tech companies hired neuroscientists and behavioral experts to design apps that triggered dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Every notification, every like, every infinite scroll was engineered to keep you hooked. It wasn't entertainment, it was behavioral conditioning. You don't choose to check your phone 150 times a day. Your brain has been trained to do it. You're not deciding when to scroll. Your brain is chasing micro-rewards created by design. This is what Tristan Harris, a former Google ethicist, called the race to the bottom of the brainstem. In other words, the competition isn't for better products, it's for deeper control of your attention. And it worked. By 2010, time spent online exploded. By 2020, the top social platforms were pulling more attention hours than all global television combined. When engagement becomes manipulation. But something broke. As algorithms optimized for engagement, they discovered something humans had long suspected but never quantified. The easiest way to hold attention is through emotion, especially fear and outrage. Positive content spreads slowly. Anger, fear, and tribalism spread instantly. So platforms started showing users whatever would keep them emotionally activated, not what was true or healthy. This created echo chambers, polarization, misinformation, and addiction. Every tap and outrage outburst became another profitable engagement. The system didn't care if you were informed, only that you were involved. This was the breaking point. The attention economy no longer reflected reality. It distorted it, because distortion was more profitable. And the irony? The more you argued, the more the system learned about what made you argue. Refining its model to keep you doing it again, that's not connection, that's captivity. When the world realized it was the product, the fallout began around 2016. Whistleblowers, journalists, and former employees began exposing how algorithms could shape elections, opinions, and even mental health trends. The Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed that data from millions of users was being used to influence political behavior. Documentaries like The Social Dilemma and studies from MIT and Stanford proved that fake news spreads faster than truth because it's engineered to exploit attention triggers. Meanwhile, mental health statistics began to shift. Teen anxiety and depression rates rose dramatically after 2012. The same year mobile social media became mainstream. Average attention spans dropped to less than 8 seconds, shorter than a goldfish. And despite being more connected than ever, loneliness became a global epidemic. The conclusion was undeniable. The system wasn't designed to make you informed, it was designed to make you dependent. The economy of attention was thriving, but human well-being was collapsing. When regulation meets addiction, governments tried to respond. Europe created GDPR. The US held hearings. Platforms promised transparency, privacy tools, and mental health features. But regulation moves slower than technology, and for every new rule, there's a new loophole. The algorithms didn't stop, they evolved. Even the concept of choice became questionable. You think you're choosing what to watch, read, or buy, but behind every suggestion is a prediction model guiding you to maximize engagement. This is why so many solutions fail. Because we're not fighting companies, we're fighting a system that profits from distraction itself. The invisible market of human attention today, the attention economy, has outgrown the internet. It's in your car dashboard, your smartwatch, your streaming service, your newsfeed. Every app and platform is optimized to keep you there longer. Netflix competes with TikTok. TikTok competes with gaming. Gaming competes with news. And in this silent war for attention, your time is the battlefield. Meanwhile, the metrics are terrifying. The average person now spends over 7 hours per day looking at screens. The average social media user sees 10,000 ads per month. The global digital advertising market surpassed $600 billion, more than the GDP of most nations. The scary part? You don't pay for any of it, because you are what's being sold. Your emotions, preferences, and habits are assets, constantly updated, analyzed, and auctioned to the highest bidder in milliseconds. It's not just data collection, it's behavioral forecasting. Companies now predict what you'll want before you know it yourself. How attention became a trap. Every system that trades in human attention uses 3 psychological levers. Variable rewards. You never know what you'll see next, so you keep scrolling. The same principle used in slot machines now runs your social feed. Social validation. Likes, comments, followers. We crave approval, and apps deliver it in microbursts that mimic real human connection. Fear of missing out. FOMO. The algorithm ensures that if you don't check in, you'll miss something important. These aren't accidental. They're part of an engineered behavioral cycle. Trigger, action, reward, repeat. The more predictable your reaction, the more valuable your attention becomes. It's not a conspiracy. It's a business model built on neuroscience. Artificial attention. Now, we enter a new stage. AI as the ultimate attention broker. AI doesn't just predict your behavior, it shapes it. Recommendation systems, language models, and generative content can tailor information to your exact emotional profile. In the near future, every feed, ad, and video could be uniquely generated just for you, designed to keep you watching. A personalized world that feels authentic, but is algorithmically optimized. The attention economy is evolving from advertising to automation of influence. And the line between persuasion and manipulation? It's getting thinner every day. Attention is the new oil. It fuels the world's biggest corporations. Whoever controls it, controls culture, politics, and profit. You are not the customer. You are the currency. If a service is free, your data and behavior are what's being sold. Awareness is the first step toward control. Digital minimalism is modern rebellion. The most radical act today is reclaiming your focus, deciding what deserves your attention, not letting algorithms decide for you. The price of distraction. Every empire in history has been built on resources, land, gold, labor, or oil. But this one feeds on something far scarcer, your consciousness. The danger isn't that technology is watching us, it's that it's teaching us what to watch. And as attention fragments, truth fragments with it. The real cost isn't privacy, it's presence. So before you open another app, ask yourself, Who profits from what I'm about to do next?